Stop today.
No, I can't imagine
No,
anyone doing that.
Okay. Hi, Tom.
That's a bad policy.
Yeah. How are you doing?
How's Colfax?
It's still there.
Above water.
It's above water. Although everything around it is got issues.
My stepson.
How's it going, Chad?
Good, how are you doing today?
Good.
My stepson works in Colfax.
Right.
Oh,
He's at the hospital.
okay.
Bet you're happy you're on top of the hill. It's pretty good.
Hey,
Buddy.
that's right.
Frank's doing awesome.
Frank, how are you, my friend?
Busy.
Like the back.
Doing good.
He's got himself down there.
You use that a lot?
My favorite.
No, pretty, I mean, maybe for kids,
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I have it-
but even that, like, language is just for, we're not refilling.
Mm.
Not for hopping.
Yeah.
It seemed like we were well into quorum, yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Like I said, we really like throw that, like the actual
Reminding.
folks that
Yeah.
better understanding of what, like, system structure.
Yeah.
But I start saying it's illegal. Big word to try to walk back, you know?
Fair enough.
But yeah, I would definitely,
Sean.
for kids, I think that's a good one. Pull out.
They're gonna.
It's a good, it's like a good conceptual, because when I think about
Jeff, are you
the first stuff I ever think about it, like that's.
Okay.
on potentially joining the technical subcommittee?
Well, stuff's coming out.
You hadn't, but-
Going out,
Yeah.
even though.
Okay.
Then
Are you
realize.
good with that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah, I agree, like anything that visually.
I think that's, I think I said, but I, he was, you know, he was the water manager for the city of Moscow for decades, and he has, I think it could be helpful to have some operational,
Yeah.
input. Architects, I mean, brilliant, technically brilliant, but very much understand the operational side. So if we start talking about pumps and pipes and maintainability and life cycle stuff, I think he'd be a really good resource, and he's interested.
Okay.
great.
And that's good. So, yeah.
Dan will be like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Right, Mark Story stopped by and we're gonna make sure that we had everything we needed.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick off. We are at a minute past 2. And we're going to commence our April meeting of the Polluted Space and Aquifer Committee. Appreciate everybody coming. I'm Tyler Palmer. I'm the Public Works Director and Deputy City Administrator for the City of Moscow and the current chair of PBAC. Our first item, just introductions. We'll go around the room first, and then we'll jump online and catch the folks that are online. So let's go clockwise around the table. We'll start with Commissioner.
Chad Wetzel, Whitman County Commissioner.
Mark Story, Whitman County Public Works.
Frank Mulcahy, Pullman's best public works director.
I'll second that.
I'm in 100% agreement.
All right. Jeff Lanigan, WCU Facility Services.
Mike Poppel, PBAC.
Aaron Gislani, PBAC.
Lana Cohen, UI Water Research.
All right, we get you, Tom. All right, we're gonna jump online and let's start with Kara.
Yeah, Kara Haley, City of Pullman, City Engineer.
Counselor Weller,
Nathan Weller, Pullman City Council.
great. John Conan, John unmuted, but we're not hearing him, so we'll skip that one and go to Jeff Hansen.
Jeff Hansen, HDR Engineering.
Mr. Robichaud,
Steve Robichaud, PBAC Technical Advisor.
Counselor Blankenship,
Just muted yourself, Bryce.
we might be having some muting issues as Bryce Blankenship is the city of Moscow's city council representative for the committee. Ken Clark,
Ken Clark, Nez Tribe.
Rupal,
Rupal Jani, Alta Science and Engineering.
and Tom Lamar.
Tom Lamar, Latah County Commissioner.
Great. All right, did I miss anybody? I think we caught everybody. All right. The next item that we have on the agenda is the approval of the March minutes that Mike distributed. And so if nobody has any comments or edits, then I would entertain a motion for approval of the March minutes.
Move to approve.
Got a motion?
Second.
I got a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, March minutes stand approved. We don't have any announcements
I
specifically.
have a couple
Do you?
short announcements.
All right.
One is that the annual report is available. I have hard copies that were generously provided by Avista this year. So if you get a chance. The other is there was a little bit of discussion last month about well transducer at the city of Genesee. And did we want to contribute towards that? And Steve made a suggestion that I ask IDWR, and it has been taken care of.
Oh,
So IDWR is not on the call, so I can't thank them right now. Just wanted everybody to know that the city of Genesee, and then potentially there may be some useful data come out of that as well.
and we'll have access to the data still. Is that the understanding?
We're still very friendly with them.
Yeah.
And it's IDWR, so it's state public data, so.
Great.
Why not?
Bryce, we see your note. Thank you. All right, I do, Mike, did you have any other announcements?
That's it.
I've got two items to bring up. One is that I was contacted this past week by the Division of Water Resources. They are still planning on drilling the monitoring well at Mountain View Park. So they reached out that the MOA that we have, the memorandum of agreement, was had some requirements in there that are going to need to be updated. It had a date by which they had to have the well drilled, and then there was some language about how they were going to approach drilling the well that they'd requested to have updated. And so we'll be running a new MOA through City Council in the coming weeks. We'll be getting that teed up. As soon as we get the document done, then we'll get it on a council agenda for the city of Moscow. City Council. And so once we have a new agreement, they're going to move forward with putting that back out to bid again. So they are still moving forward with that. And then my second update that I've got, our announcement, is that the city of Moscow's water conservation plan updates went to our Public Works and Finance Committee this past Monday, where it was broadly supported. It includes richer rebates for Yscape for irrigated lawn change out. It increases the amounts and adds some more stratification in our toilet rebate program. And it also includes the development of a site-specific commercial rebate program where we can incentivize water however they can save the water. And so we can put a price on saving water because there is such a huge variety in the water uses, especially as we see more industry coming into town, like Schweitzer Engineering Laboratories, where we want to be able to really reward creativity, and however people can save water, they can save water. That the valuable thing is a gallon saved. So that's there are a lot of components to that program that can be found online. It'll be going to the full city council for a presentation on this coming Monday. And I anticipate that the council will adopt the updates to the plan at Monday's meeting. So that is moving forward.
All right, thank you.
Does anyone else have any announcements before we move on? Okay. Any public comments for any items that are not on today's agenda? All right. We don't have new business today, and so we're going to get into our presentations for the afternoon.
So Lana offered to present on the snow drought, and there's two reasons why I think this is a really good idea. One is that the states of Washington and Idaho have both declared statewide droughts due to the snow drought. And the other is that this is more of a surface water issue. It is a groundwater issue, but it's more of a surface water issue. And we need to start talking about surface water more. And we need to learn about it. Because we're talking very seriously about using it, and that's new to this area. So I think Lana has some information on the snow drought.
Yep. Thank you. Let me see if I can share. Yeah, this is not a lengthy, this is just a quick, because like Mike said, so last week, the state of Washington declared statewide drought emergency because of the low snowpack and Washington, and just yesterday, Idaho declared statewide drought emergency conditions because of the low snowpack in Idaho. This is something we will all be hearing a lot about throughout the summer because the whole Western US is up a creek without a paddle, so to speak, in terms of water. So all of the West gets their water basically from winter snowpack. And so when the
I think we
winter,
have too many paddles and not enough creek.
Yeah,
Actually, what
we're
it
all
ran into.
high and dry in a canoe with nowhere to go. Yeah. So snowpack is really important, and you maybe have heard a lot. And the reason why the drought emergencies were just declared is because we use April 1st as sort of the metric. That's the peak snowpack for most basins in the Western US. And so all of the stream flow forecasts and water management assessments through the spring and summer are done from the August or the April 1st data. So these are so I'll show the sort of the big scale stuff and the regional scale stuff, and then I'll talk about our little Moscow Mountain at the end. So this is the map on the left is the snow cover. These are the dots are the individual SNOTEL stations, and the colors are the percentage of the normal snow water equivalent for each of those stations for April 1st. And you can see most of them are red. Red is basically 50%, and most of those, especially in the Southern Rockies, are actually way below 50%. They're more like 30% on April 1st. The Northern Rockies, we have actually fared a bit better, and that's because they had record hot, warm temperatures in March that melted what little snowpack existed in the Southern Rockies in California. It melted all of that snow off, basically, and we've been very lucky to not have that hot spring. We've had a very cool spring, actually, saving our butts a little bit. But both Idaho and Washington still have record low snowpacks. The plot on the left shows the total snow cover area for this whole region, the whole Western US, so the blue is this year, and so the other lines are the max and the min, and the interquartile range, the average. So that's showing how we compare this year to all the other years that we have data for. And what you can see, it's not just early spring melt. We've had record low snowpack for this entire winter, basically. And this is mainly a temperature story, which I'll talk a little bit more about. It's not a lack of precipitation. It's a warm temperatures. Let's see if I can. There we go. So this is the Washington and Idaho on the right, Washington on the left, subbasins, the percentage of snow water equivalent of percentage of normal snow water equivalent for each of those basins. I pulled these maps last week. So this is as of last week. Yep. They're all really low.
Not good.
Like really low. The only ones that have sort of even close to normal are the basically places that have high elevation stations. And I don't know if you can see maybe you can't see but Palouse you can see Palouse, there's a 0% Palouse. So that is, there's basically one SNOTEL station for that basin, and that's us, Moscow Mountain. So here's the snowpack for Moscow Mountain compared to all the other years that we have on record, which is since the 80s, I think. Or maybe, yeah, anyways, doesn't matter. The black line is this year, and like the other plots, you can see we've had record low snowpack through the year. We got a little snow in early March, which was nice, and it is now this. I think I just made this plot a couple days ago. All the snow is gone off of Moscow Mountain. And like Mike said, we don't use surface water. A lot of snowpack stories are about how stream flow forecasts and filling reservoirs and all that. And we don't have that issue. But how that affects us. So this is the precipitation. So we know this is the precipitation from the beginning of the water year till today. for Moscow Mountain. And we've actually had very normal, if not a little bit above normal precipitation for this year. But again, record low snowpack. And generally what that means is because nearly all of our water, all of the recharge to our aquifer comes from Moscow Mountain snowpack. And we don't recharge the aquifer from the Palouse. We recharge the aquifer around the Moscow Mountain front. And so it's really important. The snowpack acts as kind of a reservoir. It melts slowly. It melts it in the place where the water can actually get into the reservoir. And so that snowpack on Moscow Mountain is critical to our aquifer. So in general, even if we have normal precipitation but low snowpack, we see less water to the aquifer because more of that water is actually going as surface runoff, as we clearly saw with the flooding this spring. A lot of that is coming out of Paradise Creek, for example. And then one last comment, this is an unusual, record-setting year, maybe a 1 in 50-ish or 1 in 100 year. But this year, you have just experienced the future because this is exactly what the climate prediction models are showing for around 2040 to 2070. So we had basically normal precipitation with a 4-degree warmer winter, 4 degrees Fahrenheit warmer winter than normal. And that's exactly what climate models are predicting. So we have experienced the future of this will be a normal year basically in coming decades. So something to keep in the back of your heads. On that happy note, sorry.
Thanks, Lana. Yeah, just a couple comments, and then we'll open it up for questions. I think that this is a crucial thing, and I think it reinforces the need for us to continue our work researching the recharge into the aquifer so that we understand that we're, I think part of our conversation will continue to need to be how do we make sure in a shifting climate that we can pursue passive recharge in areas where we may have that opportunity and that we can stay abreast of what is all models seem to indicate will be declining natural recharge happening into our aquifer system. So really appreciate that, Lana. And does anyone have questions for Lana?
Must have done a good job.
Everyone's just sad now.
It's a collective failure.
Yeah, thank you, Bear.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you putting that together, Lana.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna now go to Erin for a conservation outreach update.
Thank you. All right, so April was a little bit of kind of a slower month for us, but we're ramping up the end of April into May with all of our Earth Day events. But I did want to talk about an event I did, or a talk I did at a WSU class with a professor called Nicole O'Donnell. So she invited me to talk to her health communication CommSure course at WSU, and their students were working with an organization in Spokane called the West Plains Water Coalition. If you haven't heard of it, it's basically an organization that's been created to communicate the impacts of PFAS and other water quality issues because of all firefighter foam usage at the airport. It's really impacted a lot of the private well, all the water, but specifically with the private wells. So their students were working on, kind of what the best way to communicate conservation practices and, water related health risks. So I was able to talk to them, and that turned into potentially us doing a tabling at this month's screening of Science on the Screen. So they're showing Aaron Brockovich, and that's being put on by, I think it's called Terra organization, TerraFo. So hopefully we're still kind of in the works to see if we can table, but if they say yes, then we can already meet a group that's going to talk, interested about water conservation and kind of give them some literature and devices on how they can conserve water here. We have 2 Earth Day events this coming week at University of Idaho, and then with Inlet Northwaste. We are looking to do some device donations to the Moscow Public Library. This coming spring, they're doing a kind of like garden planting workshop, kind of teaching people how to do some container planting. And I've talked with April Hernandez and their adult services coordinator, Daniel, to see if they'd be willing to make some good use of some water conservation devices with those programs. Mike and I went to go buy stuff for our well models, our well model display for the Police Discovery Science Center earlier this week. So hopefully we'll be able to put that up in May. We're just kind of trying to figure out what that big messaging board will look like and make it congruent with what is already there. And then this Friday, we have the second video scheduled to post for our video vignette dealio, and then next week we're gonna pause so we can have all the Earth Day stuff kind of have its moment. Following week we'll do mine, so we have about a 2-week window where we can maybe catch up on doing some more videos. The idea is to have them happen every Friday.
So you're teed up soon. So Kara is scheduled and then you'll be next, I think.
Yeah, Kara's next Friday
Yeah.
is when they're scheduled to record Kara's, and then yours is next after that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll reach out and with a reminder of topic, and then Corey will be looped in on that and we'll get you scheduled.
Okay.
But so Mike's is actually under a minute, so this is kind of, hopefully we can
Nobody can listen to me for a full.
you
That
know,
Southern charm, we're all just
Yeah.
charmed.
You set the
If they
bar.
can listen to me drone, they can listen to you drawl.
So we're condensing the videos, making a more digestible, shorter form, and then we're posting them up on our Instagram, our website, and YouTube. So we're present and online and in person.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll, if you haven't seen, can someone share a screen and show the videos?
I
don't have them teed up.
Yeah,
Let's make you a thing.
I did shoot my
you haven't-
reshoot in one take, thank you.
She did, it was amazing.
Bro.
You haven't joined yet, have you?
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, let's do that.
But yeah, I have Mike set up for tomorrow. So
yeah, Corey's done a really good job. He's enjoyed the project.
He's
Yeah.
good.
He's really good.
He's good.
And it's nice to have the lens of somebody who isn't as baptized in the thing.
Right.
So that, cause he's done a really good job of asking questions that lay people are gonna ask about it, so.
Yeah.
He actually had a concept that he wanted to explore about an additional video that is just kind of a glossary video where we define terms. Cause he made a really good point that like, when we talk about things like just an aquifer or
Mhm.
recharge, or like some of these things that we use a lot and assume that everybody may know what they are, but a lot of people may not.
yeah, he was the one who suggested, like, when we do stuff like, when we talk about like contamination or storage, that maybe we should have someone there, like either you or Mike, to be like, let's clarify that a little bit, like, cause he won't know what to be like, oh, I need to have clarification on that.
Seems like at least quarterly, we should be holding these meetings in a brewery. Monthly.
Can you make me co-host, please?
All I did.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you.
I wholeheartedly
Oh,
agree.
I can't share.
You want to be just regular old host?
Sure.
Okay, just the regular. There. Hopefully we're still recording.
Price is down for the brewery.
I know where they all are, for what it's worth. The breweries. There's the new tasting room in Colfax. Haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't been there.
But we just know these things. I don't know how we think on.
I hear it from my staff.
Mm.
Remember, I live in Moscow.
Yeah.
For me to go to a brewery in Colfax or a distillery in Colfax and then go home.
It's not a good idea.
It's not the right thing.
Could lead to some uncomfortable conversations with commissioners,
Or with the deputies.
the deputies, then the
We,
commissioners.
we buy and take care of their cars.
Yeah.
Might get in a little trouble.
You got a couple that give their mother a ticket, so.
I guess. I know who they are.
Aaron, if it's being challenging, we can.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've got to pull up my laptop. I'm just,
Yeah.
for some reason, I'm not able to share my screen, but I can just share out with everyone if
Okay.
that's easier.
Yeah, we can just shoot out links.
Okay,
Um,
we'll send.
Well, yeah,
those
we'll
out.
send the links out. I think it's been, well viewed and a successful project. And I think it'll be really nice to have that library created, so that we can just send people there to get those initial answers for things that we want to be able to educate effectively and then have them come back if they have a more in-depth question or something they want